Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Hexeris here, and today we will be covering a request for a build focused around Empress Dagger Styx. Now, for the weapon, we do have it augmented with health regen, as we will be utilizing peak performance in the build. So I highly recommend to keep this augment. For gear, we have Culvehelm Beta, Empress Male Beta, Nergigante Embraces Alpha, Nergigante Coil Beta, Dante's Leather Boots Beta, as well as a Challenger 2 Charm. Now, after jewel socketing, the skills that we will have are Agitator 5. This will give us plus 20 attack and 15% affinity while the monster is enraged. This is a massive increase with the related skills. Next, we have Attack Boost 4 for the 12 attack and 5% affinity. Critical Eye 4 for an additional 15% affinity. Weakness Exploit 3 for another 50% affinity to weak points. Peak Performance 3 for another 20 attack when at full health. Critical Boost 2 to increase our critical damage from 25% to 35%. Blast Attack 1. Now, we're only taking 1 point because it brings the weapon from 120 to 140, and it takes another 2 points to bring it from 140 to 150, so it felt like a bit of a waste to spend those extra skill points when we could have put it into something like Affinity. But next we have Free Element, useless skill, but it's here due to gear selection. And then finally we have Razor Sharp. This will half sharpness loss, which is inherent on any of the Styx variants of the Lunastra weapons. But let's go ahead and take a look at the jewels we socketed to achieve these skills. Alright, so we have 2 crit boost jewels in the daggers, a flawless and blast jewel in the helm, 3 expert jewels in the chest, a tenderizer jewel in the waist, and an expert and attack jewel in the boots. But let's go ahead and see how this setup fares against a tempered Nergigante. Alright, now we're going to start this run just like any other run that we would. I'm just going to equip some of my flash pods just in case. Throw on some demon powder here. Then we're going to ready up my Rocksteady mantle here. Now, there are a few things I want to discuss about the build itself. First is the conditional damage. This is a high aggression / risk reward build. Because you can dish out serious damage, if you can manage to stay on the offensive, you'll keep the monster enraged more often than not. The downside to that is aggressive playstyle tends to get you hit. Negating your peak performance is not necessarily a great thing. So my biggest recommendation to counter this is use an evasion man. It allows you to play hyper-aggressively, stick to the monster, and even after you get hit and do a little roll, you can use your circle or whatever it is for Xbox, the right button, to do the little spinning attack and dash and just stick to the monster and keep attacking, making it perfect for an offensive situation. Now, something else I'd like to point out is your weapon's base affinity is 10. And now you are getting 15 from Critical Eye, plus another 5 from Attack Boost 4. That puts you at 30 base affinity. When you couple that with an enraged monster, you're going to be at 45%, 95 on weak points. Against Nergigante, that's anywhere he's growing spikes. That's huge when you're considering that you have Critical Boost 2. Now to top all of that off, you're also getting 12 attack from the Attack Boost 4, another 20 attack from Peak Performance, and another 20 from Agitator 5. So you're looking at, you're looking at 52 total attack. And while, yes, a majority of that is conditional, again, it's that risk-reward factor that I was talking about. If you do it right, and you can pull off some crazy damage, especially on a downed monster. See, there we go. The mantle just doing what it's supposed to. Now, and that damage is taking into consideration, think about it, we haven't even discussed food buffs or the demon powder buffs. I mean, your damage gets up there quite quickly. And that's not even to include the fact that we have blast on this weapon. And dual blades are amazing at building up status. And with the white sharpness modifier of 1.32 versus blue's 1.2 and the razor sharp to increase the longevity of that white sharpness, the synergy of this build is just insane. We're talking high speed, high damage, fast status build up for that blast. Now, I have to say that I'm actually thoroughly pleased with how this mix set turned out. And if you ever use dual blades, this is one mix set you really need to add to your arsenal, simply because it's just pure raw damage. Now, here we go. Let's just go ahead and get the tail here. And dead. Let's take a look at the time here. Alright, so 3 minutes, 21 seconds. So again, any dual blade main is going to make way better clear times than I did with this. Not to mention, I didn't bring any dash juice. That would have helped considerably. But with these clear times, clearly that wasn't mandatory. But I do want to thank you all for taking the time to watch my video. If you did enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Also, if you do want to know what videos are due to be released, there is a schedule in the description link just below, so check that out. Also, if you would like to see a particular weapon or build, feel free to leave a request in the comments below. I do actually read and check those. So, again, thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting!